Dana, this was a division obviously that you hesitated to add for a long time. What finally changed? You said now's the right time.
No, the women's divisions are all doing good, so giving it a shot.
I know that you've done this a lot, 26 times or so, but the fact that you're picking a future UFC champion, does that kind of add maybe some excitement or some importance to you to these tryout sessions?
No, they're always exciting. I like, I like meeting up and coming people. I like seeing them fight. I like talking to them. So, no, it's all good.
Nice. And I know that at one time, you were kind of critical of the depth of the divisions, but now that you're adding another, do you feel like the women's game is finally catching up and we're getting the number of athletes you need to really have depth?
I do. I think that, well, obviously in this division, I think you're going to see a lot of people from 15 and 35 jump to 25 too. So we're pretty confident that we're going to have a packed division. Could he be Joanna? Who knows?
Dan, I know there's a concern that some of the athletes from those two divisions that you guys already have may go to 125 and possibly thin out those other divisions. Is that a concern with this division?
No, I was just saying, I expect it to happen, and we'll see how it all plays out. I think that there's enough talented women to make 3 good divisions. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong.
How recently did this come together? Because it seems like you pretty recently, kind of.
I was literally sitting at the office 2 weeks ago, whenever this thing, literally the day that I thought of it, it got out by accident because my staff put it out when they weren't supposed to. But I was literally sitting in the office and said, you know what? I think I'm going to do 125-pound women, and that's literally how it started.
Was there any conversation that kind of led to that, or you just kind of eating lunch and said?
That's literally exactly the way it went down, yes. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about just the day today, like what you've seen? You're seeing a lot of talent, how it's going?
Yeah, there's some girls here with some good records, some girls that are talented, and I just sat in for some of the interviews that I wanted to hear, and we got a couple of really good girls.
For Brazil, we have, of course, a good talent. Mackenzie Dern is obviously in that division. How do you see the talent that you see out of the UFC nowadays that could come in that division now?
Yeah, obviously when this airs, Joanna Jędrzejczyk wasn't in the season of The Ultimate Fighter, so we ended up with a champion, then we ended up with a fight, and anything is possible. So just because you didn't make it onto this season doesn't mean that you might not be a world champion.
Final question.
Dana, while you're here, will there be any punishment for Cris Cyborg for the incident that happened on Sunday at the retreat?
Yeah, so obviously we're looking more into that, and it's very serious, and we'll see what happens. This is a thing that the district attorney and police are handling right now. So there's way more to that than just what am I thinking about it.
Okay, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.